My skin is a parchment, a map of the war, tracing the lines of what I'm not anymore. Each one is a river, each one is a jagged peak, the language of survival that the body has to speak. I used to wear the long sleeves to hide the silver white, ashamed of the evidence of a long and lonely night. But the air has changed its mind and the mirror's grown kind, leaving all that heavy shame 1,000 miles behind. Beautiful scars, golden and deep, the only promises I managed to keep. They aren't the breaking, they're the weld and the mend, the proof that I made it all the way to the end. Like cracks in a chalice filled up with wine, my beautiful scars make the silhouette shine. Kintsugi of the spirit, gold in every flaw, the most honest portrait that the world ever saw. I don't want the velvet, I don't want the smooth, give me the rough edges that have nothing left to prove. This one is for the leaving, this one is for the staying, this one is the morning after the sky turned gray. They are medals of honor etched into the bone, the strongest foundation that I've ever known. A body without a mark is a book with empty pages. I've been writing my story through the long and lonely ages. I am proud of the healing, I am proud of the cost, finding all the treasure in the things that I have lost. Every line is a victory, every mark is a song, a testament to the fact that I still belong. Beautiful scars, golden and deep, the only promises I managed to keep. They aren't the breaking, they're the weld and the mend, the proof that I made it all the way to the end. Like cracks in a chalice filled up with wine, my beautiful scars make the silhouette shine. Run your fingers over them, don't look away. They are the sunrise of a brand new day. Beautiful broken hole, the calligraphy of a seasoned soul. My beautiful scar.
The wind blew soft against my face, but I couldn't lift, couldn't find the space. Feathers once light, now weighed with pain. I tried to rise, but fell again. The sky stretched out and listened wide. I wanted to fly, but gravity lied. I reached for air that doesn't hold, a quiet weight inside my soul. Every step feels the same, like moving forward without a name. I've broken wings, I've tried to mend, but the sky feels distant in the air. I've broken wings, I've tried to mend, and I keep falling again, again. I remember sunlight on my back, the world below, nothing I lacked, but shadows crept into the space where hope had lived, left no trace. Every stretch, every open hand slipped through fingers I can't command. I've broken wings, I've tried to mend, but the sky feels distant in the end. I've broken wings, I've tried to mend, and I keep falling again. Now the wind moves slow and low, I watch it pass, I don't know where to go. The horizon calls, but I remain anchored quiet in invisible chains. I've broken wings, I've tried to mend, but the sky feels distant in the end. I've broken wings, I've tried to mend, and I keep falling again, again.
The wick is short and frayed, the wax is pooling deep, a small and steady vigil that I finally get to keep. I'm sitting in the draft of a cold and empty hall, watching how the shadow dances huge upon the wall. The world outside is screaming, the wind is howling loud, trying to wrap the spirit in a heavy winter shroud. But here in the center, where the air is still and thin, a tiny spark is breathing underneath the paper skin. Oh, the candle flame, trembling and bright, the smallest revolution in the middle of the night. It doesn't need the sun to prove that it is real. It only needs the courage to let the spirit feel. up the dark. Healing starts in silence with a single lonely spark. It's not a raging forest, it's not a blinding glare. It's just a little warmth inside the biting winter air. I used to want the lightning, the thunder and the roar, but I'll take this quiet light upon the floorboard anymore. It shows me where the glass is, it shows me where to tread. It lights the path of grace away from everything I dread. 1 inch at a time, the circle starts to grow. That's the only way that a heart begins to know. Cupping my hands to keep the breeze away, defending this little light until the break of day. It's fragile and it's fierce, it's humble and it's proud. The only voice that matters when the world is getting loud. It burns away the ego, it melts away the pride, until there's nothing left but the glow I have inside. Oh, the candle flame, trembling and bright, the smallest revolution in the middle of the night. It doesn't need the sun to prove that it is real. It only needs the courage to let the spirit feel. A thin golden needle sewing up the dark. Healing starts in silence with a single lonely spark. Keep it burning, keep it true. The light is not around you, it is coming out of you. A candle in the window, a candle in the chest. Finally the heavy heart can find a place to rest. Just a flame, just enough, made of light, made of tough. The candle flame. This road is rough in places, those stones under your shoes. You trip over expectations, skim your hope and the truth. But a crack in your arm, that's the daylight grew. Every stumble, every scar is carving out a room for you. Cold easy on the thoughts. You're not meant to fly straight, aren't at all. You may break, but it's alright. Either you learn or you gain this time. teaching you how to be real. You keep counting every mistake, like a list on your wall. But those scribbles are a story of the times you chose to cry. 'Cause the ground that you're kissing holds the roots you'll need. Every failure you're resisting is a hidden seed. Go easy on the faults. You're not meant to fight straight lines at all. You may break, but it's alright. Either you learn or you gain this time. Go easy, let your heart heal slow. Let the hurt turn to something you know. Every low, every tear you feel is teaching you how to be real. You don't have to rush the mending. You don't have to fake the break. Take the pieces you've been tending, cut a softer place. Go easy on the fold. You're not meant to fly straight lines at all. You may break, but it's alright. Either you learn or you gain this time. Roll easy, let your heart heal slow. Let the hurt turn to something you know. Every low, every tear you feel is proof that you're learning to heal. Go easy, let your heart heal. Go easy on every fall you feel.
The first light slips across the edge of night, thin and quiet, but steady in its rise. Shadows loosen their hold on the ground. Darkness softens without a sound. The sky shifts through uncertain hues, from faded gray to something new. I didn't notice when it began, just felt a change I couldn't plan. The air feels different on my skin, like something closed is opening. It comes slow, but it still arrives. Even after the longest nights, no need to force, no need to chase. It finds its way in its own pace. There were hours that felt too long, where everything leaned toward the wrong, where hope stayed quiet, barely there, like something fragile in the air. But morning doesn't ask for proof, it simply shows a different truth. The light stretches a little more, reaching places missed before. Nothing erased, nothing undone, just gently changed by what has come. It comes slow, but it still arrives, soft and sure. It always tries, even when it's hard to see. It waits its turn, then quietly breaks through the space I couldn't move. Not loud, not sudden, just enough to prove that something shifts without a sound, and lifts what once was pulling down. I have had that moment, standing across from you, when your eyes stayed on mine, but something behind them withdrew. Your hand was still in reach, resting close to where mine lay. But there was a space between our fingers that neither of us tried to close that day. It wasn't loud, no words sharp enough to break, just your voice quieter than usual, each sentence carrying a delay. You nodded at things I said, but not in the way you used to do, like you were agreeing out of habit, not because you felt it too. I remember the exact way you looked away, just for a second too long, like something more important than us had already pulled you along. The room stayed the same, same chair, same light, same air, but it felt like I was watching it from somewhere, just not there. I have had that moment when I realized I was already alone, even though you hadn't left, even though you were still home. I didn't say anything then, just let the quiet settle in place, counted the seconds in my chest instead of asking what had changed, because something in me understood before you ever made it clear that I was holding on to someone who was no longer really here. And later, when everything finally ended, there was no shock left to feel, just that moment replaying in detail, because that was when it became real.
The horizon has folded, the sky is torn in two. I'm standing in the gap between the old and new. One world is a memory, one world is a ghost. I'm drifting in the center, far from any coast. The stars have all gone out, the maps have all been burned. Everything I leaned on has finally overturned. Between the ends of your world there is a hollow space, a quiet silver sanctuary, a hidden kind of grace. When the edges start to crumble and the gravity departs, I'm finding all the pieces of our weary beating hearts. It's not the final curtain, it's not the closing bell between the ends of your world. I hope you're doing well. Oh. The north has lost its magnet, the south has lost its floor. I don't hear the pounding on the heavy wooden door. There is a strange mercy in watching it all go, a stillness in the spirit that you only get to know when the walls are leveled and the boundaries are thin. That is where the light decides to wander in. It's a long way down, it's a long way home, across the empty desert where the silent spirits roam. But the air is getting clearer, the pressure's starting to lift. I'm finding the balance inside the heavy shift. You are not falling, you are learning how to fly in the empty valley underneath the broken sky. Between the ends of your world there is a hollow space, a quiet silver sanctuary, a hidden kind of grace. When the edges start to crumble and the gravity departs, I'm finding all the pieces of our weary beating hearts. It's not the final curtain, it's not the closing bell between the ends of your world. I hope you're doing well. I hope you're doing well. In the wreckage, in the light, in the middle of the transition, in the center of the white, the world has ended twice today, but you are standing still. If the valley doesn't hold you, I know the mountain will. Between the ends, doing well, doing well.
I've been fighting shadows in a room with no light, punching the air every single night. Your name still echoes echoes in the hall, but it doesn't break me like before. The mirror shows tired eyes and truth, a heart that aged beyond its youth. I tried to outrun what we became, but grief knows every shortcut lane. The bed feels bigger than it should, silence thicker than understood. I used to beg the dark to end, now I just let the quiet bend. Maybe I don't need to win, maybe I just need to mend. Maybe strength is not a stand, maybe it's an open hand. So I'll rest up and start again, let the night reset my head, lay my armor on the floor. I don't need that war no more. If healing comes in waves and bends, then I'll break and learn to mend. I don't have to be who I've been. I'll rest up and start again. We love like fire without a frame, burned too bright, forgot the flame. I held on long past the sign, confused your heartbeat with mine. But growth arrived without applause, no dramatic scene, no final cause, just a quiet shift inside my chest, a whisper saying you did your best. The past still knocks some afternoons in random synths and faded tunes, but it doesn't own the air I breathe, doesn't decide what I believe. I'll rest up and start again, not as broken as I've been. Let the tears fall where they must, wash away the borrowed trust. If loving you is how I learned, then losing you is how I turn into someone I can defend. I'll rest up and start again. Maybe rock bottom's just a floor, not a grave, just something more. Maybe loneliness is space where I finally see my face. I forgive the nights I stayed too small, forgive the fear of losing all. I don't need revenge or closure calls, just steady breath and quieter walls. So I'll rest up and start again, let the healing slowly mend. Not chasing what I cannot save, not living in a memory's grave. If tomorrow feels uncertain still, I'll meet it with a softer will. The dark won't be my final end. I'll rest up and start again. Tonight I'll choose to simply be, not who you needed, just me. And that's enough to let me begin. You move quiet through the hallway, keep your eyes down on the floor. Think your shadow doesn't follow, like you're just a passing thought and nothing more. But I see the way you flinch when someone said your name, how you fold yourself to inches to take up less space. You are seen, you are seen here, even when you feel erased from the frame. You are seen, are seen, dear. Every breath you take is bending the air. You don't disappear. You are seen here. You keep laughing at the wrong time, just to prove that you belong. Count the tiles in every bathroom, while the party keeps on carrying on. But the plant fleeing where you're sitting, like they're turning toward the sun. And the moon shifts when you're leaving, like it knows that you're the one. You are seen. You are seen here. Even when you feel the lace from the frame, you are seen. You are seen here. Every burst you take is bending the air. Don't disappear. You are seen. The bus seat there, remember the wrinkle in your coat. The window still reflecting you when you meet your own. The dog that waits by your footsteps, the friend who checks their phone. All the tiny quiet ripples prove you've never been alone. You are seen. You are seen here. Even when you feel erased from the frame, you are seen. You are seen here. Every breath you take is bending the air. Stay right here. Stay right here. You are seen here. You are seen here.
Don't turn your face away from the sting of the salt. Don't lock the basement door or hide inside the vault. The bruises turning purple, a map of where you fell, a story written in the skin that only you can tell. It's thumping like a rhythm, it's pulsing like a drum, waiting for the bravery to let the feeling come. You've been running from the fire, you've been ducking from the blow, but there is a deeper secret that the wounded get to know. You've gotta kiss the pain, hold it to your chest, give the weary animal a place to finally rest. Don't treat it like a monster, don't treat it like a sin. Open up the heavy gate and let the hurting in. It's the only way to soften, it's the only way to rise, to look the sorrow in the face with kind and open eyes. Kiss the pain, let it know it's home. It tastes like iron and rain, like smoke and ancient dust, like the breaking of a promise or the rotting of your trust. But when you lean in close, the sharpest edges fade. The ghost begins to flicker in the light that you have made. It isn't here to kill you, though it feels like it might. It's just a lonely traveler looking for the light. So press your lips against it, the ache and the regret. The sun is cold and distant, but it hasn't quite set yet. Tenderness is a weapon, mercy is a shield. This is how the battlefield becomes a quiet field. Stop the war inside your blood, stop the screaming in your head. Bless the very things that you used to wish were dead. Forgive the way it hurt you, forgive the way it stayed. This is how a soul is meticulously remade. You've gotta kiss the pain, hold it to your chest. Give the weary animal a place to finally rest. Don't treat it like a monster, don't treat it like a sin. Open up the heavy gate and let the hurting in. It's the only way to soften, it's the only way to rise, to look the sorrow in the face with kind and open eyes. Kiss the pain, let it know it's home. The sting is turning sweet, the heat is turning cool. I'm no longer drowning in the middle of the pool. I'm breathing with the shadow, I'm walking with the scar. I finally stopped reaching for a dead and distant star. I kissed the pain, and then it set me free. Now I'm finally looking at the rest of me, at the rest of me. Kiss the pain.
I've walked a plastic journey smooth and clear, chasing something I thought I'd hold dear. I wore the mask of who I should be, built walls from lies I couldn't see. The world told me what to wear, what to feel, told me that the fake was real. But under the shine and the plastic smile, I lost myself in all the while. I thought healing meant being whole, but maybe it's just shedding the old soul, taking off the armor I was made to wear, finding freedom in the air. It's not the cracks that make me weak, it's the way I thought I couldn't speak. I'm learning now to breathe and be without the plastic version of me. This plastic journey, I'm walking slow, no more rushing to be someone I don't know. I'll break the molds and let them fall. I'm building a new way after all. I don't need the perfect skin, I just need to live within. If healing's messy, that's that's the price. I'll be real, I'll pay the price. I used to chase reflection, never true. A glass life in a borrowed hue. But now I'm learning to trust my skin. The natural rise, the quiet within. The scars are stories, not just stains. The cracks are maps, not just pains. I let the plastic dreams unwind to see the soul that's left behind. I've been a stranger to myself for so long. Now I'm learning to sing my own song. No more pretending to be what I'm not. I'm learning to love every forgotten thought. It's not perfection I'm searching for, it's freedom from the old shore. To stand as I am, not what I was, and breathe out the past. Just because this plastic journey I'm walking slow. No more chasing who I don't know. I'll break the molds and let them fall. I'm building a new way after all. I don't need the perfect skin, I just need to live within. If healing's messy, that's the price. I'll be real, I'll pay the price. Maybe the plastic was a shield, a way to hide what I couldn't feel. But now I'm unwrapping every layer, finding the truth that's sitting there. It's not about the perfect end, it's about finding where I begin. This plastic journey I'm walking slow, taking it easy, letting go. I'll break the molds and let them fall. I'm building a new way after all. I don't need to fit the frame, I'll heal myself without the shame. If healing's messy, that's the price. I'll be real, I'll pay the price. And now I'm free, no more disguise. Just a soul that learned to rise. Task that can't hold what's born to fly. I'm learning how to live, not hide. The rainy season came without a sound. Soft gray skies slowly closing in around. Windows breathing fog against the air. Droplets tracing paths that lead nowhere. I used to run from every storm I knew, afraid the clouds would pull me back to you. But time has quiet ways to make things clear. Some rain just comes to wash away the fear. It's the raining season of my heart, where broken things can fall apart. Every tear the sky releases helps my restless soul find pieces. I won't Some healing happens in the grave. The streets grow still beneath the silver fall, like the world is breathing slow through it all. I walk alone but lighter than before, not chasing what I used to search for. The past once echoed loudly in my chest. Now it fades like footprints in the wet. Maybe storms aren't meant to drown the pain. Maybe they're just lessons dressed as rain. It's the raining season passing through. Not every cloud is about you. Each drop loosens what I hold, turning quiet pain to gold. I'll let the sky do what it needs. Some endings help new life to breathe. And when the clouds finally drift away, I'll still remember this gentle grace. I met myself inside the glass today, a quiet face that didn't turn away, eyes that carried nights I never told, stories written deep in shades of old. I used to fear the silence in that stare, the way the truth was waiting for me there. But time has carved a steadier heart, a fragile strength pulled from the dark. This reflection isn't who I was. It's someone shaped by what love does. Every crack and every scar shows me just how far we are. I'm not the shadow I once knew. The mirror holds a clearer view. There were days I barely knew my name, lost inside the echo of the pain, trying to be what others wanted most, while slowly fading like a ghost. But something steady grew beneath the skin, a quiet voice saying begin again. Not louder, not stronger in disguise, just honest light behind the eyes. This reflection doesn't need to hide. It stands with nothing left to divide. The past can rest air is clear, and for the first time I'm not afraid.